Alrighty, welcome back, folks, to Pungo Paints with our Let's Paint series of the Krieg Marine. This was voted by my followers on Instagram, and next series will be the Beholder. And there is one thing that I forgot to do was paint this little small shoulder the metallic color because we have a little cataphracti shoulder plate that's going on top of this, and then I need to put combat designation on him since he's an assault intercessor. Then obviously he's going to be with the little white X on his shoulders for the close combat support. Alright, so we got that taken care of, and we'll have to sit and let that dry for a minute. But I did go ahead, and while we were waiting off camera, I went ahead and touched up all of the parts where I had really fudged my paint. But for now, we're going to get the mummy robe. Yeah, we're going to get the mummy robe out. This was going to be for some edge highlighting, but also we need to do this banner right here. I need to do that skull. So let's get the skeleton bone. We need the dark stone for that little foot, for the rock that he's standing on. Damn, what else are we going to do? You know what? How about some matte whites over there on the counter? Alright, we're going to get some matte white. That way I can do the leaf, or I can't remember the proper name for it. We're going to be doing that, and we're just going to jump in and do that right now, actually. So, let's throw down a little smidge of matte white because we don't need a lot of it. And I chose a different brush. I was tired of getting upset earlier, getting irritated. I'm like, no one needs to hear that. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to hear it. So I was like, let's just try a different brush. And if not, well, then we'll just get over it and do what we can. I have said before, I don't mind painting with certain challenges. Look at that. Already starting. It's already starting. Oh my God. Just when I was saying, I don't mind painting with the challenge, you son of a bitch. Already. Yeah. You're testing me. I had a weird feeling about this Krieg Marine today. I was like, for some reason, this doesn't feel like a recording day. And that's just too bad. We have been taking a little bit of a break. I took a 2-day break from painting just so that I didn't risk feeling burnt out by the time that I got to this recording session. Because if there's anything I don't like, it's trying to do something important like this, but then feeling burnt out while I'm doing it. That kind of happened to me with the Slanesh World Eater. I was a little burnt out coming into it. It had also been like a rough week or so. It just wasn't feeling it. I was not looking forward to recording. I almost canceled the whole thing, but then I was like, you know what? Just shut up, man up, do it. You got work to do. And it turned out okay. I want to say about episode 2 or 3, internally, I was feeling a lot better that I had actually just sat down and did it. I was like, thank God I actually, just decided to do that. Because even though you're not feeling it at the moment, just give it a shot. You'll be okay. Everything is going to be all right. And you never know, you might have just a lot of fun with it. And I did have some fun with that one. There were a few people online, if I remember correctly, who were like, "Good Lord, you are a heretic of a heretic. I can't believe you would do this." I'm like, I know, I'm such an ass. I'm such an ass. Woo! Speaking of ass. I'm just knocking shit all over the place. Alright, get that mummy robe out. Blech. We're going to do that banner, and then we're going to do that skull. Is this the brush that I had? Yes, because it's not all crazy. Get that head out of the way a little bit. Blip, blip, blip. That white was spreading pretty nicely, but I know this mummy robe doesn't like to spread all that well. Not all the time. And I had a movie on while I was taking a break, and I accidentally kind of left it on. So we'll take this moment to suggest a movie for you. This is, I might have talked about it before. This is an old sci-fi movie. It is not the best, and it is from my childhood, and I absolutely adore it. It is fist bumping good. A little bit of a pun for the or a play on what happens. Either way, it is Robot Jox. That is Jox. Robot Jox. Hot damn if that ain't some great movie. It is so fun. It is fantastic. I don't even want to say that it's a guilty pleasure, because I have never disliked the movie. I absolutely adore it. Like I said, it's from my childhood, so you could say that I have, nostalgia blinders on. That is fine. I will probably even back you up. I know it's not a good movie. I think it's good. By standards, it's not a good movie. And I do not care. Absolutely adore it. It is totally for me. And there's an add-on now. So we need to move some things and mute that, because ain't nobody trying to hear it, especially me. Either way, if you guys ever decide to look up that movie, I highly encourage it. It is so good. Just so good. Alright. Like I said, this white does not... This mummy robe, not the white. I mean, it's an off-white, whatever. It's like smoker's teeth or something. It just doesn't like to spread all that well. So we're getting it there. That'll just have to work for now until it dries, I guess. Let's try to get some of these edges up, give it some detail. Make it look a little more lifelike, like it's actually there, and not just something printed. Alright. So, there's that. We need to do that skull. We're going to leave the banner gray, I believe, just to go with everything. I could paint it black. The crest in the center is going to be black. And everything else is going to be black. You know what? We're going to go with black. Fuck it. We're doing it live. Fuck it. I should just pop that out. I'm getting some of the black out of there. Some of the black paint out of that little droplet. Alright, where is it? There it is. Let's get that. Put the mummy robe back. You know what? Let's get that skeleton bone. we're just going to do up that skull real quick and stop beating around the bush. All right, skeleton bone. Perfect. Come here, you. Get that skull. We gonna get it. So glad that I took that little bit of a break there. I even took the time to move all the video that I had been recording for this. I moved all that to the laptop to free up space on my phone so that we didn't run into any other bullshit problems like when I've run out of storage and it stops recording and then I don't notice because I'm looking at a miniature and trying to paint. And then when I happen to look back up at the phone and I realize that it's not recording anymore, I don't know how much time has passed. Unless I really catch it out of the corner of my eye, I'm just not going to know. So yeah, it's a thing. Let me see this behind here real quick. Try to work some magic. Paint got a little thick right there, and I need a little bit more control than I can get on the other side of the camera. In front of the camera. Alright. Work with it so that it would hold better. Man, that light is just so bright. Wow, guys. That is such a stark difference. And I know we experimented with that on the last episode. Or not the last episode, the last series. Where I was like, hey, what if I turn this off? Because the whole model was white. So it was kind of an eyesore to just look at like that. So, yeah. But I wanted to see if you guys could really see what the skull was starting to look like. There's a whole lot of stuff here to try to focus on, so either way, let's get that. Where'd the black go? There it goes. Over here. We're going to get that back out, do up that crest. And then, like I said, I just might paint the whole banner black. I'll leave the light off just for a second to see if I can do this. It's like I said, this is the kind of light that I'm used to working with, but it's usually at night. So all the light that's coming in from the door and the window is throwing me off. It doesn't look like I can see all that much. And I'm like, there's no way I paint like this at night. I'm like, no, that's right, because it's bright as hell down here when it's dark outside. So we'll just get these done real quick, and then we'll probably just turn that light back on. Because Daddy can't see. And it almost looks like he's starting to fudge some stuff. And Daddy don't need to fudge. And the brush is starting to fudge with me. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to wait too long on this. I can't see a goddamn thing. And I'm even like really low and whatnot. Like, hey, screw you people. I'm trying to see. I can't see anything. Can't see a damn thing. And I think my brush is too frayed to get in there. Like in between the skull. So we're going to have to let the whatchamacallit We're gonna have to let the shade oil do its job there, and pray for the best. It should be okay. All right. Bloop. 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 Some back. Blah. Right there. I'm just going to spread everything else out. Blip, 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 blip. You guys like my sound effects? Right, I could be in Hollywood with that stuff. Blip. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. See some little bits that I missed with the silver. I think my silver is still wet. Ugh. Maybe. We'll see. Can I do it? It's a bit tight. And we're trying. And I don't know if you guys can see what I'm trying to do here. But, okay. Hey, we did it. All right. Let's finish up this banner piece without screwing everything up. Come on. Blip, 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 blip. Spread it out. There we go. All right. Now that cloth is all blacked up. The center's all blacked up, and it's a little chunky in there, and I don't like that, but it's all right. It's whatevs. The backpack still needs a couple other things. Let's see if that silver is still wet enough. It is. We could fix a couple other things like this. Those side pieces. I was an idiot and did not think about that at all. All right. Cool. We still need some leather on that shovel, technically. Technically. So we're going to put out... Actually, we're not even going to use... I'm not even going to do that. We're going to do this. Just get the... Ew. Let's get some brown on the brush. Would you stop pooping? All right. Blib, 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 blib. All right, there you go. Starting to look more like a shovel. Shovel. Kind of reminds me of Shovel Knight. I did make a Shovel Knight on Hero Forge for D&D, and if I could get myself an Astartes size shovel, maybe I could even make one. I don't know. I've never tried something like that. But if I could do something like that, I think a Shovel Knight Marine would be pretty cool. However, that also involves me using the one thing I don't want to use, and that's blue. I fucking hate blue. Blue's poo. And I don't like it. Blue be poo and ew. Anyway, we need one more stick to hold this little helmet up on there, because I'm really tired of trying to hold that with my fingers. And I usually don't do crap like that anyway, so let me look through my toolkit, see if I can find something. And do it up. I've got a toothpick. I got another toothpick. Alright, where's my little stash of tack? There you is. You bastich. Bastich. I want to say that's what Lobo would say. If anybody knows DC Comics, Lobo, the bounty hunter, I want to say he says bastich. But I don't know. I don't remembers. It's been a while since I've read anything Lobo. And I still am in the habit of painting these necks on the Marine heads, the soft parts, even though, dude, you never see them. If you ever see the neck on a Marine, I will be really shocked. I'll be like, you must be in one heck of a position to see anything like that. Damn ads. Alright, bear with me while I find some music. Find some music. I think that'll do. It's some Queens of the Stone Age again. Just because I don't feel like listening to the James Bond music. The music. Alright. Those eyes are looking a little wonky on this model, but that's okay, because we can use this tanned flesh to even that up. So, like I said, tanned flesh. I'm using that for the mask because it's a very nice coloring for it, and it never comes off as flesh. You know, it's just a color. It's only going to come off as flesh if you paint it on things that look like flesh. So arms, faces, really flesh is going to be obvious. This has never come out looking like flesh to me. All right. It's looking pretty decent. But it has that, the tanned flesh has just a certain tone to it that reminds me of some like worn out lighter leather. It really makes me think of a worn out gas mask. And since that's what the Krieg wear almost 24/7, I wanted the helmet to look like that too, instead of just going, well, I'm going to do an iron helmet with a silver face. I'm like, meh, why do that when you can really play up the gas mask feature? Because even on planets that they don't need that stuff, they still wear it because it's just part of them now, and it's part of their culture and their identity. You know, it's kind of like an intimidating factor if it did intimidate anybody. Half the enemies they fight, I want to say, are not intimidated by them. It would have to be a human element for anyone to be actually intimidated. But yeah, I don't know what you think. Let me see with the light off. I think that looks pretty good for a helmet. Let me see under here. The eyes will be fixed with oil, but we need to let that mask dry a little bit. And I think let's check out this banner and backpack and make sure there's nothing else we really have to paint. It's looking good. It's looking like there's nothing else we have to paint on it. It's looking decent. It's looking decent. Sorry if that wasn't in focus at all for you guys. But this is to the point where I keep wanting to glue it onto him, but I know if I glue it on the way these arms are, those pauldrons are not going to be easy to get on there. So we are not going to glue them on just yet. Just yet. I do know that we are going to be using the barbarian flesh and the mummy white for some edge highlighting. Most likely, no, we'll just use that. But anyway, I might as well. We've got a couple more minutes. I'm going to use this dark stone, and we're going to get that rock that's under his foot. Because I think we're just going to muddy things up anyway. Put a light layer of mud. We're not going to go crazy with it. We're not going to do it all up his legs and feet and whatnot like he's been fighting in the mud. Just basically it's going to be a base decoration. We could probably put it all over the boots. Just because if anything, that just makes the most sense. But I'm not going to go all up the legs and everything like that. But this rock that he's got his foot on doesn't need to be the prettiest damn thing because we're going to muddy it up. So we just need to make sure that we get it at least painted a little bit of a different color. That way when we throw the mud on there, it'll look aight. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm digging him so far. I think he's going to come together very well and look pretty unique. But yeah. Trying to think, is there anything else we want to do on this episode? Because I'm not going to say, fuck it, let's do it live and make a really long episode. We're already pretty much at 30 minutes, which is almost sad considering the things that we've painted. That face is probably doing okay by now, honestly, because things have been drying pretty quickly for us. So I'm going to throw some of that barbarian flesh. Just a little dot. Just go back there. I don't have time for you right now. Just a little dot. And we're going to get a little bit. I know we don't need to be doing edge highlighting just yet. I'm going to wait until we get the model really together. But still, we're gonna do up that mask just because we have a couple more minutes. All right, so we can go right up right up to that cheek. Fan it out a little bit. Come right back down. Whoop. Head's getting knocked around. Yeah. But there we go. There we go. Looking okay. It's looking okay. That damn brush is just all over the place, dude. I wanted to make sure that all this really stood out but blended out, if that makes any sense. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, with that little face mask done, we're going to call it here at 31 minutes-ish. And we'll see you back on the next one. The next one should be the last episode that we do. We're going to do all of those transfers. If the episode runs long, then it runs long. We'll try to get everything we can because there's going to be the transfers, there's going to be the edge highlighting, and probably not the shading because that needs to sit and dry. But then we'll see the reveal at the end of the episode. And if anything, we'll see you guys on the next round, and I appreciate you stopping by. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever the hell you want. If anything, we'll see you on the next round, okay? Take it easy, everybody.